Los Angeles, home to glitz, glamour, and some of the most luxurious properties in the world. But behind the red carpets and gated mansions lies a harsh reality. The region is no stranger to devastating wildfires. In recent years, LA's infamous fires have left a trail of destruction, affecting not just ordinary residents, but also some of Hollywood's most iconic figures. From Malibu to Pacific Palisades, these fires don't discriminate. They've reduced multi-million-dollar estates to ashes, displaced families, and left even the most seasoned celebrities scrambling to save what they could. Billy Crystal, known for classics like When Harry Met Sally and City Slickers, lost his Malibu home to the Woolsey Fire of 2018. For Billy, this wasn't just a house. It was a family sanctuary where countless holidays and special moments were shared. After the fire, Billy spoke emotionally about the loss, saying it wasn't the structure but the memories tied to it that hurt the most. Despite his heartbreak, he maintained his signature humor, joking that the fire had taught him to pack faster than he ever thought possible. Billy's resilience and optimism inspired many as he pledged to rebuild the home that had meant so much to his family. For Billy Crystal, rebuilding his Malibu home became a family project. He and his loved ones worked together to design a new space that would honor the memories of the old one while creating room for new traditions. Mel Gibson, the legendary actor and director of Braveheart, saw one of his prized Malibu properties destroyed by wildfires. While Gibson has remained private about the incident, reports indicate that the loss of the estate, known for its sprawling grounds and Mediterranean-inspired design, Gibson's Malibu home was a reflection of his success in Hollywood and his appreciation for craftsmanship and architecture. Though the loss was devastating, the actor quietly moved forward, choosing not to dwell on the tragedy publicly. Anthony Hopkins, another legendary actor, also faced the destruction of his Malibu retreat. The home, which was famous for its breathtaking ocean views and serene atmosphere, had been a haven for Hopkins, a place where he could focus on his art, music, and writing. In the aftermath, Hopkins shared his philosophical perspective on the situation. Known for his interest in mindfulness and art, he expressed that while the loss of the property was painful, it reinforced his belief that material things are fleeting. His comments resonated with fans who admired his ability to remain calm and reflective during such a challenging time. Eugene Levy, beloved for his roles in American Pie and the Emmy-winning series Schitt's Creek, also experienced the devastating effects of the Woolsey Fire. While his Malibu home wasn't completely destroyed, it suffered significant damage, forcing Levy and his family to reevaluate their connection to the property. In interviews, Levy shared his gratitude that his loved ones were safe, emphasizing that homes can be rebuilt, but lives cannot. His down-to-earth response served as a reminder that even amidst loss, the safety of family is what truly matters. Eugene Levy, meanwhile, used the experience to reflect on the importance of relationships over material things. His calm and grounded response resonated with fans who admired his ability to focus on what truly matters. Singer Robin Thicke and his partner April Love Geary lost their home in the Woolsey Fire of 2018. The couple's Malibu property, where they had been raising their young children, was completely destroyed. Robin shared an emotional post on social media showing the charred remains of their home and expressing gratitude that his family was safe. Thicke later described how surreal it was to see everything gone, especially items tied to his family's history and career. Despite the loss, he praised the firefighters who worked tirelessly to contain the blaze and vowed to rebuild. The experience left him with a deeper appreciation for the simple things in life, especially the safety of his loved ones. For legendary musician Neil Young, the Woolsey Fire marked a heartbreaking case of déjà vu. His Malibu home was destroyed, not for the first time, but the second. Decades earlier, a wildfire had claimed a different property of his, making the 2018 fire an all-too-familiar tragedy. Young, who has long been a vocal advocate for environmental issues, didn't hold back in sharing his frustrations about the increasing frequency and intensity of wildfires. He attributed much of the problem to climate change, pointing at how global warming has made fire seasons more dangerous. Despite the loss, Young remained focused on the bigger picture. He used his platform to call for greater action on climate issues and support for wildfire victims, showing that even in loss, he could channel his pain into advocacy and awareness. Actor Gerard Butler's Malibu home was one of the most publicized losses during the Woolsey Fire. Known for his roles in films like 300 and Olympus Has Fallen, Butler had built a stunning property that reflected his rugged yet refined personality. After the fire, Butler shared a photo of his burned-down home on Instagram, captioned with words of gratitude for the first responders who risked their lives battling the blaze. The image, which showed little more than rubble and ash, went viral, resonating with fans and wildfire victims alike. In interviews, Butler described the surreal experience of driving back to his property and finding it unrecognizable. Like many others, he had to come to terms with the loss of personal items and mementos that couldn't be replaced. However, Butler remained optimistic and focused on helping his community recover, donating to relief efforts and encouraging others to do the same. Actress Shannen Doherty, best known for her roles in Beverly Hills 90210 and Charmed, came dangerously close to losing her Malibu home during the Woolsey Fire. While her property was ultimately spared, the experience of evacuating and watching the flames creep closer left her shaken. Doherty used her platform to raise awareness about the importance of fire preparedness and to thank the firefighters who worked tirelessly to save homes like hers. She shared updates on social media, giving her followers a first-hand look at the chaos and fear that comes with living in a wildfire-prone area. In the aftermath, Doherty became an outspoken advocate for fire safety, urging homeowners to take preventative measures like creating defensible spaces around their properties and preparing evacuation plans. Her experience highlighted the thin line between loss and survival in wildfire situations. Pop icon Lady Gaga was another Malibu resident affected by the Woolsey Fire. Though her home ultimately survived, she was forced to evacuate as the flames approached, leaving behind most of her possessions. Gaga's response to the fire earned widespread praise. Not content to sit idly by, she visited evacuation centers to comfort displaced residents and even bought pizzas for those who had lost their homes. Her empathy and generosity made headlines, with many admiring her ability to focus on others despite the personal stress she was facing. In a heartfelt social media post, Gaga expressed gratitude for the firefighters and first responders who worked to contain the fire. She also encouraged her followers to donate to relief efforts and support those in need. For Gaga, the experience was a reminder of the strength and resilience of her community. Grammy-winning songwriter Diane Warren, whose hits include I Don't Want to Miss a Thing and Because You Loved Me, also lost her Malibu home in the Woolsey Fire. Warren had lived in the property for years, and it served as both a personal sanctuary and a creative space. The loss was particularly difficult for Warren, who described how the fire had taken away irreplaceable memorabilia tied to her decades-long career. However, she used her experience to raise awareness about fire safety and the importance of supporting relief efforts. In interviews, Warren reflected on the emotional toll of losing a home but emphasized her gratitude for the firefighters who fought to save as much as they could. She also highlighted the need for community solidarity during such challenging times, encouraging others to come together and support those who had been affected. In 2018, pop superstar Miley Cyrus and actor Liam Hemsworth were among the many Malibu residents whose home was destroyed by the Woolsey Fire. The couple, who were engaged at the time, shared a beautiful property that they had worked together to design and fill with meaningful items. After the fire, Liam shared a heartbreaking photo of their property reduced to rubble. Despite the devastation, he expressed gratitude that they and their pets had made it out safely. Miley also spoke about how the experience had taught her the importance of resilience and how she came to value the memories they had made over the material possessions they had lost. The couple donated to fire relief efforts and partnered with local charities to help rebuild their community. Although the loss was immense, Miley and Liam's commitment to supporting their neighbors showcased the strength of their bond and their determination to give back during a difficult time. Actress Kim Basinger, known for her roles in films like LA Confidential and Batman, was another victim of the Woolsey Fire. Basinger's Malibu home, a stunning property tucked away in the hills, was completely destroyed. Unlike some of her peers, Basinger chose to grieve privately. Reports suggest that she had a deep emotional connection to the property, as it had been her retreat from the spotlight. For years, the home served as a peaceful sanctuary where she could recharge and spend time with family. Though Basinger has remained relatively quiet about the loss, friends close to her shared that it was a difficult chapter in her life. The destruction of her home underscored the indiscriminate nature of wildfires, which have touched the lives of stars and everyday citizens alike. Actor Orlando Bloom narrowly avoided disaster when the Woolsey fire came dangerously close to his Malibu property. Known for his roles in Pirates of the Caribbean and The Lord of the Rings, Bloom shared images on social media of the fire raging just outside his home. While his property was ultimately spared, the experience left a lasting impression. Bloom thanked the firefighters who worked tirelessly to protect the area, describing their bravery as nothing short of heroic. He also encouraged his platform to encourage fans to donate to fire relief efforts, highlighting the immense challenges faced by displaced families. Bloom's brush with disaster serves as a reminder that even those spared by the flames must grapple with the emotional toll of living in constant fear during wildfire season. Barbra Streisand, the iconic singer and actress, was another Malibu resident affected by the Woolsey fire. Although her sprawling estate escaped major damage, the fire came uncomfortably close, forcing Streisand and her family to evacuate. Streisand's property is a landmark in its own right, featuring lush gardens, a private theater, and even a dedicated space for her vast collection of memorabilia. Losing such an iconic home would have been a devastating blow, not just for Streisand, but for her fans who see the estate as a reflection of her legendary career. In the aftermath of the fire, Streisand became vocal about the need for climate action. She pointed out that the increasing severity of wildfires is directly linked to global warming, urging policymakers to make meaningful steps to address the crisis. Streisand's advocacy added a powerful voice to the growing call for change, using her influence to raise awareness about the root causes of these disasters. Pierce Brosnan, best known for his portrayal of James Bond, was another Malibu resident forced to evacuate during the Woolsey fire. Brosnan's oceanfront property, which he shares with his wife, Keely Shea Smith, narrowly escaped destruction thanks to the tireless efforts of firefighters. Brosnan later shared photos of the fire's aftermath, revealing the charred landscape surrounding his home. In public statements, he praised the first responders who risked their lives to save homes and communities, calling them true heroes. For Brosnan, the experience was a sobering reminder of nature's power and the importance of community support during times of crisis. His gratitude and respect for those on the front lines of the fire resonated deeply with fans, further solidifying his reputation as a class act both on and off the screen. Singer and fashion mogul Jessica Simpson was among the many celebrities who had to evacuate their homes during the fires. Simpson's Calabasas property, a sprawling estate where she lived with her family, was at high risk as the flames crept closer. Fortunately, the house was spared, but the evacuation was a harrowing experience for Simpson and her children. She later shared her gratitude for the firefighters who worked around the clock to protect their neighborhood, describing the ordeal as a wake-up call about the unpredictability of life. Simpson's story, like many others, highlights the emotional toll of living in an area prone to wildfires. Even when the flames don't destroy a home, the fear and uncertainty can leave a lasting impact. What are your thoughts on these devastating houses being destroyed? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.